One of the doctors thought it would be good for patient morale not to let patients see all the people that were dying. Well, they took them down a body chute.
Is this the death tunnel?
Yes.
Zach Bagans, you are now entering the death tunnel. Just want to describe to you to physically be here instead of seeing it on a television, feeling it in here, knowing the history, knowing how many lives from all ages, thousands, were carted off here. A tunnel,
485 feet.
485 feet going down at a
45-degree angle. This side here is actually the side that they would hook the coffins onto. And they had a cable system that would hook in up here. It would hook onto the coffins, lower them down.
I mean, just think about being around all this death, though, every day. It's got to saturate your mind.
In severe cases of tuberculosis, doctors would resort to a radical procedure. A patient's chest cavity was opened in order to remove as many as 8 bones from the rib cage. This allowed doctors to deflate the lungs, which was thought to give the infected tissue time to heal.
Yeah, this is OR. You know up by the overhead lights.
Okay.
Yep, this is the main operating room of the hospital.
One of my first experiences actually happened with one of the fellow tour guides, Scott.
The door is notorious for slamming shut. So we was trying to get the slam shut.
As we were sitting there asking questions, kept hearing a whistle. We both acknowledged this whistle.
I was sitting in a little plastic white chair sitting right here. And about that time, I had a loud pop and something just knocked me down my chair.
I turns towards Scott. He's still sitting cross-armed in the chair, but the back 2 legs of the chair come back down on the ground, and you hear him, he's getting up, holding his back, saying, you know, he's been punched.
Mike and Scott in the operating room. Good.
Were you provoking or anything?
No, I know. I'm no better than provoking inside this building, because when it provokes, it can get nasty.
If we could just rewind and go back 70 years, what energy was in here?
Yeah.
We don't know. And not just an overall, oh yeah, back then they had surgeries in here and it was just crazy. Well, let's go back to an exact date, an exact time, you know what I mean? And really look at the situation. That one little second of energy may have been the one to trigger an attack or something.
Scott, yes, sorry, just really quick, I just got to ask a question. When people come in here, have they ever felt like their sides hurting?
I've had a lot of people complain about getting bad headaches in here.
My whole time my sides have like...
Killing you? Yeah.
In here?
Yep.
Like really that's bad. Not unusual. Side?
Right now?
Like really bad, yeah. Like pressure.
The
whole time you were talking, I had to like hold it to like hold the pressure away.
I know you had your hand up on it.
Yeah, I was doing it the whole time because it hurt really bad.
Yeah, a lot of times when I come in this room, I'm doing tours. This is about as far as I go.
Let's mark an X in here.
Right now, I'm a volunteer tour guide here at Waverly, but I have been here pretty much all my life.
Do you now have haunting images that you remember as a child?
I actually do. Like I was saying, we grew up in one of the old doctor's houses down on East Pages. And we would hear them screaming out the windows, screaming for help. You know, and we would scream back as children to shut up. You know, we didn't know any different. We just knew that it was aggravating us while we were playing, you know. And I remember that very, very vividly.
It doesn't matter how old or tough you are, you got to remember that this stuff happened, and even hearing these stories can get you emotionally. Like, it can be very sad.
Very.
Okay, we are in the autopsy room. These are 3 original body trays. It's the only trays that were ever in this room. There's no more than 3. Now over here I have 2 autopsy tables. They got draining holes in them.
Look at this. draining holes.
Yeah. They usually done autopsies on people they thought may have died of something other than tuberculosis.
There was said to be a nurse that hung herself. Is that true?
Yes.
It is?
It is true.
Where did that happen?
Well, a lot of people think it happened in room 502.
Where's that?
It's right there. You're standing, look above you.
There was a maintenance man, Mr. Thornberry. He would come up the elevator shaft to come to work every day. He's the one who actually found this nurse hanging.
When the doors opened, she was supposed to be in front of the elevator.
Why did she take her own life?
Well, she was expecting. She wasn't married. This is in the early 1930s. You know, she'd have been shunned by everyone. And there was also rumored that she had contracted tuberculosis. And, you know, could you imagine what went through her?
Being pregnant and contracting it, to know that your unborn child has it too.
Yeah.
Without going into too graphical detail, it looked like it was an abortion gone bad.
Really?
And that they ended up finding the fetus down in the fifth floor well system.
And, you know, not everything that happens here is dark. You know, I've had things, yeah.
Just want to see. Did you see the door? Yep. Is there anybody in here with us? I just want to listen to this real quick. See if there's anything on there. Give me a break. It goes, give me a break. Listen.
Give me a break.
What the hell was that?
That's what he was talking about the whistle.
Yeah.
That's what you were talking about.
What?
Whistle.
Listen.
Whistle. That's something we found out about a year ago. A lot of times, if something pretty good is about to happen, we'll get a whistle.
What I'm going to do here is I got the whole gang here at Waverly Hills, including Tina, Scott, we just interviewed. I'm going to let them listen to the EVP we just captured.
I heard it. Yeah, it's clear. Clear as a bell. That's awesome.
Waverly, we've only been here for 10 minutes. We love this place already. It's dusk. With that said, Tina, are you ready to lock us in?
I'm ready. Are you?
Hang on, let me ask. Aaron, are you, my friend, ready for this lockdown?
I am, man. This
Are you now?
awesome.
I couldn't be more happier to be locked in here.
So pumped up for this one. Woo! Here we go. Okay, now, we're going to be locking ourselves in here. She's giving us this lock, which has a combination on the other side of it. And because we're not going to drill a new hinge out here, there's one on the inside. So as soon as we lock this, we don't know the combination to reopen it and let ourselves out. As soon as you hear that click, there's no turning back now. Just for added measure, we are locked down inside one of the said to be most haunted buildings in the world. Thousands of deaths and suicides.